Well, she may not be the betting favorite here tonight, but there are a lot of people out there that believe this #1 bantamweight contender is the best 135-pound fighter on the planet. And at long last, she gets a chance to prove it.
She's told us constantly, anytime you are within range of her voice, she will tell you, I'm the best, I'm the champ. Get me an opportunity. She gets that opportunity. And she has lived this week as if she believes everything that she says. She has been sure. She has been confident. And that is all rooted in her preparation, which to everyone that knows has been tremendous.
And both champion and challenger have a lot of skills, but this particular contender believes this is the best matchup for her in this top 5. We'll see if she can dethrone the queen. What a moment. All eyes are on the UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion as she tries to succeed in defending the title yet again. She's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters, man or woman, on this roster, and prohibitively favored yet again in defense of her title.
I love her confidence. I just love the way she carries herself as the champion. You don't have to know she's the champ to know she's the champ, because when you look at her, she has that star ability about her. And even though she has that, all of it's rooted in her fighting ability. She is one of the best the Octagon's ever seen.
And I do think she could be a double champion, but she was sort of reticent to hear that conversation. She is focused on the task in front of her tonight. All right, with that, both fighters have now graced the octagon. They will lock the door behind them, ready to go with a crazy fight here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas today. All right, now let's get to the tail of the tape for this Women's Bantamweight Championship fight. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Bantamweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Ketlen Vieira. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion of the world, Germaine the Iron Lady de Randamie.
The veteran Herbert Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready.
Well, Ketlen Vieira may not have even reached her fighting prime yet, and that is a scary proposition for the rest of this women's bantamweight division. She's starting to carry herself in the octagon like a champion. You see the ferocity in her eyes. Every movement is calculated. Ketlen Vieira is an animal in there, and she'll be trying to prove it here early on in this one. That is a clean strike, and it gets right through the guard.
What a beautiful leg kick that landed there. Dig and kick.
Oh, and there's another combination. She's turning this into a sparring session. Just high volume, and her opponent's got to make some adjustments.
Opponent has to make adjustments, but she has to interrupt those combos. When she gets going into her combination, opponent needs to interrupt that. When she is this free-flowing, it is very difficult to deal with. She gets to the single collar tie. Look for her to try to move her opponent to find openings to land uppercuts and shots right up the middle.
De Randamie gets up and is back on her feet. Very nice. Effective with the jab.
She throws a nice combination of kicks. Oh, nice takedown defense. Big head kick land.
Man, she is just breaking her down with volume tonight as she lands another combination.
I mean, over and over, she is just landing so many different attacks. It's amazing to watch someone never throw less than 3. She's throwing at least 3. In a ton of trouble right now.
There's that left hand.
Oh, body shot.
Just unable to quite find that range.
That one snuck in. Nice strike.
Under 90 seconds to go. Vieira's limping pretty seriously right now. It was that last kick to the right leg that appeared to cause her the problems. We'll keep an eye on that storyline as the fight continues. Lands a big elbow there. Under a minute to go in what has been a wild round 1. Leg kick checked by de Randamie.
Nice straight punch. Nice shot there by the champ. Oh, nice elbow.
Final seconds. Round 2 is next.
Take a seat. You look spectacular. Your pace, your cardio is fantastic. Keep breathing, stay relaxed, go out there, and let's put that pressure on.
All right, DC, take us through the replay. Storyline in that round, certainly her kicking game.
She knew that her opponent had more of a boxing stance, so the kicks would be available. She took full advantage of that over the course of that first round.
You ready to fight? You ready?
Second round underway. All right, here we go with our next round. 2 of the best women in this division. We'll see who takes the upper hand here.
You got to make a decision when you get up off of your stool going into the next round that this is my fight and I am not going to allow it to slip through my fingers.
Leg kick checked effectively there by Vieira. Stuffs the takedown, no problem. She got that single collar tie. Oh, now the hook in the clinch by de Randamie.
And she separates from her opponent.
Oh, she's really starting to put together some significant body shots here, attacking both sides now. Vieira goes for the takedown, unable to land. One of the better takedown artists. Shot by her there. I'm not sure her opponent knows where she is. She's in the octagon.
She can't possibly know where she is right now after taking such a massive head kick.
Strong outside leg kick. Still plenty of time to go here, round 2. Nice. Nicely done. Well, it looked like we were going to get a finish. She had her rocked pretty good, but she wasn't able to close the show.
She wasn't able to find the finish. She hurt her very badly. She was not able to find that one shot that was fight.
All right, so a storyline developing. You see a cut has been opened around her eye.
She's got a cut on her eye. She's been getting hit in that same spot. The cut's nothing too big right now, but if she doesn't protect it, it'll get a lot worse. Oh, here goes.
All right, so just as we saw in the previous round, she is realizing a lot of success with her kickboxing game tonight, and you can see the confidence growing with every strike landed.
It's overwhelming for her opponent to be in there with her when she's in this flow state. She's so good at everything she's doing that now the activity is starting to pick up. If she can continue to fight in this way, I wouldn't be surprised if this fight gets finished.
All right, so now we see some bruising on that calf on the lead leg. And she did not miss there. This could be the end, DC.
I mean, she hurt her so bad with that big head kick. I don't know how she's standing. Big right hand.
All right, 45 seconds now to go in the round. Man, she is at her relentless best late in the round and gets another takedown for good measure.
Big moment in the fight to secure a takedown late. Leaves the last impression in the judge's mind but also makes her feel good that she finally got that takedown that she's been chasing this whole round.
Good job by her here to land some strikes from top position. Oh, and another punch on the ground gets through. May need some defense here. Round 3 next. All right, so a standing ovation from this capacity crowd after that round. A huge knockdown there in the middle of the round. Gotta have her feeling pretty good here as she goes to the stool.
Back and forth up to that point, but she eventually found the shot that put her opponent on her backside. But how about the toughness of the opponent to get up off the floor and finish that round? Let's see how she approaches the next round.
All right, let's take a look back at some of the action from that previous round. DC, chief among it, the big knockdown courtesy of that punch.
A big knockdown off of that punch. She was flowing, letting everything go, and then she sat down on that strike that put her opponent down. It looked like the fight was over, but we do go forward.
Oh, huge connection fire there.
Massive shot, land. How's she gonna try to find the next shot that'll finish the fight?
Oh, big left hand.
Oh, nice high kick.
Oh, you can feel the breeze there. Swing and a miss by de Randamie. Lands a hook there. Well, she ain't cocky, but she is confident, and why not? Big knockdown in the previous round. She appears to have the striking advantage.
She's doing everything right. That's what led her to getting that knockdown to finish the earlier round.
So the numbers thus far, unofficial they may be, but 84 total strikes have landed for Germaine de Randamie. And striking at a 45% clip tonight against Ketlen Vieira. De Randamie's thigh really starting to show signs of bruising now. That is a deep shade of purple.
Oh, nice.
Looked like she landed a punch to the head there in the clinch. Takedown defense holds up.
She knew this would be a problem if she stayed there. She finds her way out of the clinch position.
Oh, she is absolutely getting lit up right now. She has certainly changed her approach here in the latter stages of this fight. She is trying to take the judges out of it. That'll certainly help that goal. In the clinch, de Randamie's limping. That would suggest that the leg kick is having the desired effect. And able to land that kick to the chin. Back there, this could be the end.
She landed a massive uppercut that hurt her opponent very, very badly.
All right, well, if you've been watching, you know her uppercut has been absolutely on point here tonight, DC. No reason to think she won't get right back to it.
No, she needs to go right back.
Under a minute to go. Vieira gets caught with that punch. Man, she's hurt her opponent several times in this round. We acknowledge the durability on the other side, but how about just getting aggressive and finishing this fight?
You know, she doesn't take many chances inside the octagon. Right now is a time where she should take chances. She should be going forward, putting a lot of activity out there, and trying to end her opponent's night.
Oh, she got inside and right to the single collar tie. All right, 3 rounds down, potentially 2 more to go. We are headed to the championship rounds. All right, there's the horn, the story in that round. Once again, her striking, she is using all of her limbs tonight, and really as fluid a striking performance as we've seen from her in quite some time. Big round there from de Randamie. All right, so there it is, the end of the round. Somehow she survives and advances after getting knocked down with a big punch there in that round.
She's tough. She's durable. But she cannot continue to take strikes like this. She needs to move her head on the center line. She cannot be a stationary target if she has any desire to win this fight.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, here's round 4, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, fourth round is now underway as we get to the championship rounds. What is a fighter's mindset when you get to this 16th minute of the fight?
This is when you understand that nothing is ever going to be hard. This is the hardest round in fighting. This is... I mean, that is a big shot to the head. I cannot believe she's still standing. She's wobbling bad, J.A. Good jab there by the champion.
Oh, she continues to land a high number of strikes here. So you want to be a fighter. Back and forth we go between two of the best women in the world. De Randamie's got a bruise appearing on that left side now. Got to think that bodily investment is going to pay dividends later in the fight. Stuffs the takedown, no problem. And now some separation between the two athletes. Vieira going for the body. Missed with that kick. Oh, what a strike by her there. I'd be knocked out. Her opponent's still standing. She's still standing. That'll do it!
Oh, my goodness.
What a turn of events here inside this arena. An absolutely crazy flush knockout, and there's going to be no wiping that smile off her face tonight.
She's going to be smiling all the way to the bank after a knockout like that. What a performance. What a knockout. Unbelievable.
All right, the official decision is in. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 11 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by knockout, and still the undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Germaine, the Iron Lady, de Randamie.
All right, so the Muay Thai stylist Germaine de Randamie puts on a striking clinic tonight and gets her hand raised yet again. She really does have an infectious